All right. I think. Oh gosh, that glare is awful. Let me wipe the lens of that thing. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna fix you. Oh, I can just do it with this. Okay, hang on. I am here. I am here. I am not here now. Seems almost like sensual. There we go. That's not as bad. Okay. Alrighty. So I am doing a new thing to where I am doing a new way of streaming to where I am doing it through my computer instead of the phone so that I can get. I mean, my phone is still my camera, but the programming is going through my computer. So we're gonna see how this goes. I think it'll do pretty good, but we'll find out. Let me go ahead and share this real quick so that we can have some of you get in here, and then we're gonna talk about some anime hot takes because I think that'll be kind of fun. And we're going to see if this works at all because it might not. I don't know if any of the settings are right now or not. I hope so because I don't really have a way to check it. Unfortunately. Hang on. Hang on. We'll figure it out here in a minute. We will. I know we will. But let's see here. If anyone is in here and can kind of double check with me that everything is functioning, you can hear me and the camera looks fine, everything like that. If anyone can do that, that would be spectacular. Because I don't have a way to check that right now. So if anyone can double check that for me, that I would be so appreciative. Sorry about the extra setup today. Oh, while we're talking about this, I am very curious. They did. I just saw it on Twitter here. They have added. There's been some teasers for a new not Love Live, Rent a Girlfriend series about Ruka, and I am so pumped about that. That seems. I'm big Ruka fan, so I am really excited about that. I'm curious what it'll be. If it's just going to be like the Sumi one, but she's got her own account and she's like been posting and stuff. I mean, obviously it's not Ruka, but you get what I mean. But I think it's really interesting. I'm curious where that goes. Okay, hang on. We're okay. Now we are good. We are good. Okay. All right. Now I can see all of your replies and all right. Live a VTuber? No, I couldn't get Streamlabs to work. I've been fighting with Streamlabs for no joke, like an hour and a half. I couldn't get it to work. So this is where I'm at. Is for anyone that was here the last 4 weeks, is this better quality? I mean, I would assume it's similar, but is it better quality seeming wise camera thing and everything than it was? Because before I was trying to stream and do the camera off the same thing. Now it's doing the stream off my computer, which is a lot better than the phone. So I mean, I don't know if any of you are here that were here last week. If you're new, thank you so much. This was supposed to be I was gonna rank or rate all of the anime girls from this season, but I ended up I couldn't get Streamlabs to work, and I wanted like me to no over here. I wanted to be able to like pop up a picture of the waifu we were gonna rate, and they were gonna pop up here, and then we could talk about them, and then I can move on to the next one. Couldn't get Streamlabs to work, so we're not gonna do that this week. We're gonna do that next week because surely within a week I can get Streamlabs working right and everything. But we'll find out. So what we're gonna do this week is hot takes. Mr. Mystery is with the take. My biggest hot take is that Naruto is the worst of the big three. So I'm gonna be honest. I've not watched any of the big three. I've never watched them. And I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of desire to watch them. What is the big three? Is it One Piece, Bleach, Naruto? Uh, yeah, I mean, out of those three, Bleach would be the one that seems the least interesting to me. But I know that Bleach fans are really big about where Bleach is now. They're really saying that like new Bleach has been really good. Um, is it Dragon Ball Z? I thought it was Bleach. Um, oh yeah. For me, One Piece is number one, then Bleach, then Naruto. I would assume if I watched all three of them, I would like One Piece the best. Then I think it would be Naruto before Bleach. I think Bleach would be my least favorite. What's up, Dia? I have this conversation every time I see you in chat. I always forget how to pronounce your name. I think it's Dia. I think. I don't know. I'm bad. Yeah. They're definitely. I mean, that's the whole conversation of people like, what's the new big three? Um, and I think uh, is it Dia? Is that how you pronounce it? I know. I mean, I know Chan, and that's easy. But is it Dia? Am I saying that right? Okay, I thought so because I've tried to pronounce character names that are spelled that way. So I thought I was right, but I wanted to make sure. Hang on, I've still got a bit of a cough, so I'm gonna have to pull my mic away every so often. It's better than it was, but it is still there. Um, but I know the whole thing of like what is the modern day big three, and then that people want to do um like a 2010 big three and then a 2020 big three. I think if you were going to do a 2010 big three, it would have been still One Piece. I think that's fair, unless you want to do like Dragon Ball and you say that it's not eligible because it was in the 20 or 2000s. If that's the case, my big three of the 2010s would have been Attack on Titan, which I know, some people are like, well, it has to be a shonen series. I don't really care. But I'm just gonna do all of them. Um, I think the big three would be Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, and number three. What would be a number three for the 2010s? That's a tough one. Now, 2020s, I think is easier. I think you can definitely do Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. I think those are the big three from this for the 2020s. Yeah. Uh, Joji, I agree. Uh, it it's not my favorite. Obviously, Slice of Life is my favorite. Uh, is it a Shonen Jump series though? I thought it was. I thought Kodan should publish that. Maybe I'm wrong. I know it's Shonen, but I didn't think it was a Shonen Jump. I know Jujutsu Kaisen is Shonen Jump, ain't it? Isn't it? I don't know. That's the one that like I've got into Demon Slayer. I've got into Chainsaw Man. I I by the way, see there, right that shelf right there. I got that. I finally got that shelf cut. So that shelf over there is done now, and this is blocking it. That right there is blocking it, so you can't see that. But my Chainsaw Man display is finally done. I'm very happy with that. Um, okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen was Shonen Jump. So then yeah, very obviously Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, uh, Chainsaw Man. Or Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer. I don't know if I said one of them twice, but those are definitely the big three of 2020. No doubt about it. I don't care what comes out in the next 5 years. I don't see anything beating them. I just don't, because they are Demon Slayer will be big until 2027 because of the movies. Jujutsu Kaisen will be big for the rest of the 2020s, and Chainsaw Man will only get bigger as Mappa can adapt more of it. Because now that they're done with like shonen isn't a genre, it's a demographic. Yeah, I know that a lot of people kind of throw in with shonen though. They're like, it has to be a Shonen Jump series. So I know some people are very like, by the way, I got hair in my mouth. I need to get a haircut. By the way, I have angled my camera over here. What that causes is I look here a lot. And is that distracting for you that I'm not always looking at the camera? Because chat is right there. So I'm looking off camera slightly, but I don't really mind it. I think it looks good. I know a lot of streamers will look off camera. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of distracting for me, but I don't really care. But what I was saying is I know some people are like big on if it's only a shonen series, if it's Shonen Jump. And I know some people are big on that. I don't really care because, I think it all fits. But if that if it doesn't count, I'm trying to think what a 2010 shonen series would be. Definitely My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. I think those two are the big ones. They're up there. They are the two anime of the 2010s that really, like, I think they're what I knew about when talking about anime whenever I was not an anime fan in the 2010s. Those are the anime I knew about. I knew about My Hero Academia. I knew about Attack on Titan. I'm trying to think what else I would put there, though. I've got a few shonen series, not a lot. I don't have anything from that era. Was One Punch Man 2010s? If it is, then I'd put that there. Oh, Zach, I didn't see your message. What do you like more, ReZero or Mushoku Tensei? Mushoku Tensei. Now, I am behind on both of them. I've only watched season 1 of both of them. I know there's 3 seasons of ReZero. I know there's 2 seasons of Mushoku Tensei. I've watched some of, like, 3 episodes of Mushoku Tensei season 2, and I've not watched any of ReZero season 2. But I plan to get into them soon because both of them are compelling to me, at least, so I'm definitely gonna get into them. But I think, it yeah, so I'm not big on fantasy anime. Fantasy anime to me is very hit or miss. Um, what is up, Rodolfo? Rodolfo. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I don't know how to pronounce half the people's here names. But thank you so much for stopping by. What about Slayers? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I'm 2 for 2 on trying to guess names. I have not started Food for the Soul. I am super excited to start it though. What I'm doing is Rodolfo. Oh, there we go. That is one that I plan to start like whenever it's on episode 10 so that I'm like speed running it to the end. Am I watching any sport anime? Not at the moment. I've watched Harkana Receive. I've done a review on that. I've watched Hainbado, which I think is an underrated sport anime. What's another one? There's a few of them. Shield Hero is the best anime ever, better than Attack on Titan. Is that your hot take? Oh gosh. Um, yeah, that's a take. Oh, okay. I was about to say, that is a take. That might be the hottest take of the night, but all I'm watching this season are Aharen, Mono, and Ninkoro. What is Ninkoro? I know that's familiar. Hang on. I have technology. Um, Hang on. Ninkoro. Oh, yeah. Ninkoro is amazing. A ninja and assassin under the same roof. Oh my gosh, that is an amazing anime. I love Ninkoro so much. I thought, all right, going into this season, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I don't really have an. I got spoiled for Apothecary Diaries, and it kind of ruined my whole thought on yeah, last week was the last like the whole series has been an amazing series. But I got spoiled on something that happens in Apothecary Diaries. And my whole problem with that is that their argument was for why they spoiled it because people were mad at them for spoiling it, and I don't care. It's a smaller account, so I didn't retweet them or anything. But and I didn't want to spoil it for anybody else. But their argument is well, you have all the dots in the series already, so technically I'm not spoiling it for you. But it's also like, okay, but none of those dots have been connected yet. Yes, I could have connected those dots, but I didn't do that. I watch anime and I don't really connect the dots off screen very often. I just like to watch it, have the reveals revealed for me with the characters. Now, sometimes will I figure it out? Yeah, but a lot of times I don't like to do that. So that annoyed me whenever this reveal I got spoiled online. And now there's a gap week to where they took a week off for the Apothecary Diaries. And those two things in a row, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, but that has kind of dropped Apothecary Diaries for me on excitement level. And in return, Mono, which I did not have any expectations on. It's the same people that made Eurocamp or Laid Back Camp. Same people that made that is making Mono. I don't know if it's the same anime studio, but it's the same creator of the manga and everything. And Mono is fantastic. Mono is everything that I love about Laid Back Camp plus more. So I love Mono. Then I got into A Ninja and Assassin Under the Same Roof. That is one of the best comedy series that I have seen in a while. I love it. All the comedy is like bam, 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 and it hits every time. Love it. And those two series have probably bypassed Apothecary Diary season 2 for me. I think Apothecary Diary season 2 is very good. It's slightly less than season 2 for me, but it's still very good. But those two series have surprised me in a lot of ways, and I really, yeah, I love those two. I hear and I have not started yet. I plan to watch it. I've watched season 1. It's like right there. Season 1's like right there. But I just haven't started it yet. Some of the clips I've seen though have been good. What is your favorite plushie and cost the most? Nezuko. She was $800. Um, I I'd like to get another one, not of Nezuko, but I'd like the Hatsune Miku one. But it was $1,200 at Anime Frontier, and I was not going to pay that. Fun fact: Japanese King of the Hill fans debate dub versus. I assume you mean dub versus sub, like we do anime. Yeah, I've heard King of the Hill is big over there. I only watched season 1 of Attack on Titan. You should watch the rest of it. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. Yes, I do have the Ninkaro bunny figures pre-ordered. They were one of the I pre-ordered them before I started the series because I love the design so much. What is your favorite anime manga? I assume you mean an anime that has a manga as well. Uh, I mean, it's kind of a cheap answer, but probably Attack on Titan. I think that's the one that I've read the manga and watched the show, and I liked both of them. That doesn't mean it's my favorite because, like, another one that I really like, but I don't really like the manga is K-On! So there you go. I like your cool studio. Thank you. This side of the room is clean. That side is not. That's over there where I record stuff, and it's messy right now. It's full of boxes. Um, Kind of a hot Dragon Maid take. I do not like Alulu. That's blasphemy. Alulu is great. I love Alulu. I think she made the whole series great. Now, do I think her design's a little dumb? Yeah, but I like it. It's called the Miku tax. Yeah, is that well, the problem is that before I got Nezuko, um, I found Miku at Anime Frontier 2023. She was $700 and I almost bought her. I did not have enough money in my account because I still had to fly home. I had no idea how to get her home because it was the size of Nezuko and I had to fly home in a not huge airliner. It was a regional airliner. Had no way to get her home. Would probably have to either buy a bigger suitcase to try to fit her in, or have to see if I could buy like a seat or something. I don't know what I was gonna do, or try to ship her, which would have been expensive. Or my other thought was rent a car, take her home. Which you gotta think though, because I saw you said carry her around. I was in Texas. I had to get back home to Kentucky with Miku. So she was $700. I was like, okay, I'm talking maybe $100 to $200 extra fee just to get her home. So, and I was like, I had like, at that time, I had like $600 in my account. And I was like, I have it on a credit card. Do I want to spend $700 on a credit card to get a plushie? Not right now. So I didn't end up getting her. Last year, I had the amount of money to buy Miku. I had $700. I literally had been putting back $700, which at that point it wasn't as big of a deal, but I was like saving $700. I was putting it aside and I did not spend it. Didn't spend it on anything. I was like, I'm saving this for Miku whenever I go to Texas. Go to Texas, another booth has her. They bought it from the other booth. And they're like, she's $1,200 now. And I'm like, that's $500 more. And I had $1,200, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. If she's $1,200 this Anime Frontier, I might buy her. Maybe. Did you have any figures that broke before? I assume you mean broke whenever I bought them, and I do have one. So Azuki-chan's mom, her heel here is broke. It's always been broke. If you watch the old video, which it's not that good of quality, but her heel there is broke. So this one's fine. I have the heel and I could glue it back on, but I just never have. I'll just sit her right here. I'll put her back here in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I have it. I could glue it back, but I just never bothered with it because it's in the back, so it doesn't really bother me. What's a waifu hot take you have? Waifu hot take. That's a tough one. I would say that Chizuru is one of the best waifus out there. And I stand by that because I think Chizuru is not underrated, but overhated. I think a lot of people don't like Chizuru because that series has lasted so long. But I think Chizuru is a more realistic girl than a lot of anime girls. I think that's my thing. I'm a Lukoa fan. She's the best girl in Dragon Maid. Yeah, I just think I love Alulu. I think she just worked so well for season 2. I don't want to say Luko is my least favorite. She's my favorite freeing figure. I love Toru. I love Kana. And I love Elma. I wish we'd get an Alulu and a Kana, or not Alulu, not a Kana, Alulu and Elma freeing figure, because we've got the other 3. I would love to have the other 2. Jujutsu Kaisen is way too overrated, and Gojo is overrated in his attractiveness, and there is so many other men who came before him who mocked him hard. I have never understood why people are so crazy about the guys in Jujutsu Kaisen. Never understood that. But you live in Kentucky too. Hope you're doing well, man. Especially live near London because of the tornado. No, I do not live near where that tornado came through. I live on the other side of the state. I live over by Illinois and Missouri, and like the little, like, Kentucky is like a slope. It's like big on one side and little on the other. And I live on the little side. So the tornado was on the big side over by Louisville and Lexington and all that. It was south of that. I live over on this side. Now, the very first anime movie I ever watched was I watched it in Louisville. And I was in Tennessee doing a trip. I was actually at a NASCAR race, and I noticed while I was at that trip, it was on a Sunday night. I noticed on Monday night that there was a showing of Violet Evergarden, the movie, and it was in Louisville. Well, our trip home should have been to go through the bottom of Kentucky and up, but I went up and then over to Louisville. And so where I stayed at that night was London, and I visited that little town. I was like, I've never heard of London, Kentucky, but I stayed there that night, and I have no clue if any of the stuff the little hotel that I stayed at, or if any of the little restaurants are even there anymore, which is really sad. I bought that expensive Crunchyroll figure of a Lulu with the teddy bears. The Dragon Maid figures that they put out are so good. I really like those. Did you ever rage at any manga or anime? Yes. Yes. Oh gosh, what was it? What was it? I know one of them. Ah, shoot. I'll think of it. There was one that I thought was completely stupid. It wasn't a big one. It wasn't like uh you know, one of the big ones or whatever. Wonder Egg Priority is one, but there was a manga. I'll try to think of that. I'll answer some more, but then I'll try to think of that. Um, I put my signed Funko Pops on my shelf, and it turned out well. Nice. Yeah, I unbox all mine, but I can see the enjoyment of signing the things. They look really cool, and the voice actors have really figured out cool ways to make it look nice on the packaging, and I love that. What is the most attractive male character you've ever seen? That's a tough one. Does the guy from Pet Girl of Sakura that looks like a girl, does he count? Because if so, but if not, then Inosuke? He's weird though. Attractiveness though. Maybe Tengen? Tengen's, yeah, I'd say Tengen. It's a tough one. I haven't thought of that, but yeah. I'm gonna say Tengen. If I gotta go with like a muscular dude, Tengen. If I gotta go with an attractive one, like a feminine type male, the guy from sorry. The guy from Pet Girl Sakura So. Let's see here. Have you been to Nashville? Yes, I go to a lot of anime. Let's see here. here's all my anime tickets. Hang on. Whoops. Let's see here. Colors Within was in Clarksville. Miku was in Evansville, Indiana, because that's kind of a close one. Ghost Cat Anzu was in Louisville. I know there's a Nashville one up here somewhere. I think it's Look Back. That's Colors Within. I don't know where my Look Back ticket is. Huh, how about that? But I watched Look Back in Louisville, or in Nashville. I live near Richmond, so thankfully I didn't get hit, but we did have bad storms. Yeah, we had some damage here because there was a tornado not too far from here, but it was just wind, and it was where I work, the roof got blown off, but nobody was there. So, and we've just been fixing it all week. So that's been an entertaining week. We were supposed to be slow this week, but we're not. What slice of life anime would you recommend to someone who is new to the genre? Well, that depends. Do you want a like pure slice of life? Because there's different slice of life series. There is slice of life series that I am gonna have to get a drink here in a minute. There's different slice of life series. There's a slice of life series. I'm gonna have to do that. But there is slice of life series that is like kind of has a plot to where like you're progressing with the plot, but a lot of the events is slice of life stuff. Then there is like pure slice of life to where there is no plot really. It is just this is the daily activities. If you want kind of a plot one, any of the Love Live series, which I know that really doesn't count. It's more of a music, but a lot of them do classify as that. K-On!'s a great slice of life, kind of plot driven thing. Now there is a lot of just dull stuff. Yeah, K-On!, Non-Bayori, New Game, and Is the Order a Rabbit? And Lucky Star. Lucky Star's great. So Lucky Star, New Game, K-On!, Non-Bayori. What's the other one I said? Is the Order Rabbit? Is the Order Rabbit, Non-Bayori, Lucky Star, K-On!. I can't remember them. But yeah, those five. Those five are great. Oh, okay. My cord is now blocking them because I haven't answered it. I'm sure you get asked this a lot, but what are your top 5 anime B? So that kind of spoils my current series to where I'm ranking every anime that I've ever watched and reviewing them. Right now, I've reviewed 50 so far, and the last one, my last ranking was A Place for the Universe is number 1, K-On!, Weathering with You, Your Name, Quintessential Quintuplets. And then if you don't count the movies, so I got to cut out Weathering with You and Your Name. So it'd be A Place for the Universe, K-On!, Quintuplets, Anohana, and then Rascal Does Not Dream Bunny Girl Senpai. So that would be my top 5 as of my first 50 anime. Now I have watched 300 anime. If you want to go check that out, I'm probably going to post part 6 of that. No problem with that. People ask it all the time, and the only reason I don't want to say is because then my opinion is probably going to change between now and the time I make that video. So I try to not say it and then contradict myself later because I really put I try to put a lot of thought into what my ranking would be. So that's kind of why. But yeah, like now, I'll give you some that probably would be close. I don't know if they'd be in my top 5 now. Apothecary Diaries, Attack on Titan, In This Corner of the World is a great movie. One of my favorite just movies in general is In This Corner of the World. It's a great World War II anime. It's about a girl that lives in a town near Hiroshima, not in Hiroshima, but near Hiroshima. It gets bombed a lot. It's historical and it's really interesting. And I love the way that the story is told. It's really, really, really good. I highly recommend. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Can I scroll this down? I can't. Have you ever been? Oh, and I got a new anime figure for my birthday. It comes in last. It comes in last week, an anime setting in chair or in care. Cool. Have you ever been to the con in Lexington? I have not. I have never actually been to an anime convention in Kentucky. I went to PopCon Louisville, but they don't do that anymore. I really want Andrew Garfield to sign my Funko Pop so bad. Those big actors like that, they're so hard to find because they only go to certain conventions. That's why I'm having such a hard time with this now. This, no, this, because yeah, I'm kind of running out of the people that go to a lot of conventions. Your Name and Suzume are beautiful movies. Yes, and I agree with that, but I also think Weathering with You is great. What are some older anime series you haven't seen but plan on watching? Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, the big ones, Clanad, all those definitely. Definitely. Please watch Golden Boy. It's amazing. I have it saved, but I just haven't ever watched it. Did someone knock on my door? I don't think so. Do you have a harem anime you hate? Harem anime that I hate. That's a tough one. Whenever I turn this way, by the way, I'm looking at the Blu-rays up here because then it's a great way to find out. Oh, Nisekoi. It's the one with hang on. It's this one. This series, I hated this series. Gosh, it was awful. I've never watched season 2. Don't like this series at all. I just hated it. I like her, love her. I think she's great. Didn't like the rest of the series though. Man, it was annoying. They kept worrying about keys, and I was like, oh my gosh, shut up about these stupid keys. I could not stand it. That was annoying me so much. So yeah, that one. Beyond Demon Slayer season 2 soon. So Mugen Train is great. I would say Mugen Train is my second least favorite arc because Entertainment District is my favorite. That's season 3, technically season 2, but it's season 3. It's arc 3, and it's fantastic. It is fantastic. I love everything about the Entertainment District arc. That was so good. Dr. Stone means a lot to me as a person because in 8th grade year, when COVID happened, so in 2021, when online classes were the thing, between each class, we had a 20-minute break, so I watched Dr. Stone. I have never watched Dr. Stone, but it appeared on my badge one year, I think. Am I remembering this wrong? Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. I don't know. But I feel like that was on a badge of a convention I went to one time. And but it looked cool. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's very good. But yeah, I need a drink. Let me go do that. Give me more anime. Yes, it was Anime NYC 2019. That's what it was. Because that's whenever I was like, what is Dr. Stone? But there we go. All right, hang on. Oh gosh. Stay. Hang on. We need Miku. Let me get Miku. She's got to fulfill her job. Hang on. Put that there. Put Miku here. Okay. Give me your anime hot takes while I'm gone. I have returned. I took a drink and it made my voice go bad. Okay. All right. All right, back to it. What kind of Funko shelves do you use? I need to get some for my Funko Pop. So, okay, so this is just a flat shelf. Hang on. I had to run up and down the steps and I'm wore out. I'm losing my breath really easily because of this cold. So these are just flat shelves. What I use underneath them is I use this. This is just a Funko Pop protector. You can buy these on Amazon for nothing. Like you can get like 25 of them for like $10. And that's what I did That's what I did that with. By the way, my Attack on Titan pops are right here. They're gonna go up there, but I have to buy more of these. And I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, just get these and then just so like put a pop here, or if you get boxes and you want to display them in the boxes, then like hang on. I've got a bunch of boxes right here. So like okay. So say that this right here, this is my armrest of my chair. This is like you're gonna put there, and then you can put one there, and you can display them like that. Now, I mean, obviously, the best way to do it is like that. But if you wanted to, you can do it like that. It works, and I like that. Why I don't recommend using the boxes is because then you can see this through the back of hang on. Like, okay, if I have this dude and you can put him here, he looks nice. But if there's a Funko box behind him, it doesn't look as good. It takes away from the pop. So that's my opinion. I really like these little things. So I recommend these. You can get them on Amazon. Just Funko Pop protectors. You'll find it. If you love science, you will love Dr. Stone. Probably would like it. There's a lot of anime that I think I would enjoy, but I just haven't got around to them yet. But it's definitely one that's like on my. I don't have it on a list, but it's definitely one that I'll eventually get to. I think The next few that I want, I'm like definitely going to get to is Evangelion, uh, Cowboy Bebop, and Jujutsu Kaisen, and probably Solo Leveling. Those are like the few that I'll hit up soon. Are you going to a maid cafe? And will you take us with you? I've never been to a maid cafe, but probably we'll try one out at some point just to make a video on. But we'll see. What is your hot take on Love Live? That Liella is one of the better groups and has one of the better anime. I think it's better than Sunshine. So Superstar is better than Sunshine. Now I still think School Idol Project is the best one, the original one. I've started writing a script for a long form video that I'd love to make sometime this year, but right now I'm thinking it'll be about an hour and a half. So, and it's got a lot of clips from the anime I want to put in there and everything. So that might be something that comes out whenever I hit like 15,000 subscribers or something. But hopefully, but definitely, that Liella is underrated or overhated, I think is the more accurate term there. Suika is my waifu. Fight me. Which Suika? The watermelon game? You can have it. I did pretty good on it, and then I got bored of it though. You will love Cowboy Bebop and Neon Genesis Evangelion. You will love it. I think I will definitely like those two. They seem like they'd be right up my alley. I've been watching new anime on High Dive. I've been so happy since I have High Dive. High Dive is great, but you eventually will run out. You will run out of the ones in their library that you've wanted to watch, and then you're like, well, why do I have this anymore? Oh, from Dr. Stone. Let's look her up. Let's look up Suika from Dr. Stone. Oh, she was the first one to pop up. Oh, she's an apple girl. Oh, well, this is just the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my gosh. Oh, I might have to fight you on that one. Oh, she's adorable. I love her. Cowboy Bebop was mid, in my opinion. Take away the opening song, and it's not that good. I think the character designs look really good. I don't really know anything about the anime, and I've never actually listened to the OP other than like the Sukiya. No, isn't that the same thing? Yeah, isn't it the same thing? Oh, it's a watermelon on her head. That's why she's named that. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. She's wearing a watermelon. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, that makes so much more sense than apple because I was like, that's a huge apple. But yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Cowboy Bebop. It's in Fortnite now. Um, which is I just want to buy it and get it on Fortnite now. Which, by the way, have you guys played Fortnite on? I mean, I know a lot of you don't play Fortnite. I'm like one of the few that do. Has anyone played Fortnite on mobile now that it's back? God, it's awful. It is so bad. I remember playing it on mobile, and I don't remember it being this bad. Is it because there's so much now? But I mean, it's just so bad. It's so laggy. Trying to aim is god awful. Oh gosh. I played one round and I got all my quest for the day, so I didn't need to play it on console. But I'm trying to unlock Darth Jar Jar, then I'll probably just not play for the rest of the season because this season is boring. There is nothing on this season. There's a reason to it explained in the series. Yeah. she might be a reason enough for me to check it out at some point. I got the new Naruto phone case, and it's awesome. Been a Naruto fan for a long time now. Sweet. Yeah, Naruto is one of those that I'll get to eventually. Will I probably watch it before One Piece? Don't know. I feel like I'll watch Dragon Ball before I'll watch Naruto. Will you ever get anime shoes that Nike or other shoe companies do? It depends. I've worn the same pair of shoes for like I have work shoes and then I have like going out shoes, and I have wore the same pair of shoes for 3 years now. They're still decent. So I don't really care. I've got a more dressy pair, but I don't wear them half the time. If I'm just going out to eat or something, I'm not gonna wear the fancy ones. So and I did the thing is though, if I ever got anime shoes, they end up on a shelf because I got Star Wars shoes one time. They ended up on a shelf because I just didn't. I didn't want to mess them up. Apple wants to give you a bad experience to make you uninstall Fortnite. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. One Piece is better in every way: the story, characters, action, and women. Fair. What's the main one? Nami. She's great. I don't know anything about her, but she's great. Also, who's that one girl with the long black hair? I don't know who she is, but that's 10 out of 10 right there. 10 out of 10. Is that who she is? I thought Boa was another one. Oh, yeah, that is her. Is that her? Hang on, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I've seen other images here. One Piece women. See, if I had Streamlabs, I could pop this up, and then you could I could be like, there you go, this is who I'm talking about. But I can't because I couldn't get Streamlabs to work. Is this her? I can't show it to you because I can't. Ugh. Robin. Who is Robin? It's Robin. It's Robin. All right, yeah, Robin. I don't know who I've seen Boa, but Robin is the one that I think looks better than Nami. Yeah, Nico Robin. Nico Robin, I think, is the best looking one. Now, do I know anything about any of these characters? Absolutely not. I don't know who any of these people are. But I think Robin looks the best out of the ones I've seen. I assume there's like 1,500 more women in this series because there's so many episodes and chapters and everything. But definitely Robin is, out of the ones I've seen, Robin is my favorite. Now, whenever I actually know these people, I assume that I will get different takes and everything. But for now, she's my favorite. Cultured taste, yeah. I don't know anything about them, but yeah, sure, I'll take it. We're going to watch some anime. Glad I stopped by. Thank you for coming by. I will hopefully have better content next week. I still wanted to go live today because I've been on this is my 5-week streak of being live. I might break that, not next week. Next week, I'll definitely be here. The following week, I'll probably break that because I'm going to WeebCon Indianapolis. I won't be here on Thursday night, but I'll be here. But I'll be packing to go to WeebCon because I got to go to WeebCon on Friday. I'm not going to go Saturday or Sunday, but I'll be there for Friday because there's 6 people that I have to, 6 or 5 people that I'm going to meet. And yeah. Okay. These are the people that I'm planning to meet at WeebCon. Ray Chase, who I've already met for Attack on Titan. I'm going to meet again to sign the Demon Slayer thing. Mark Witten, who is Rengoku, have him sign the Demon Slayer thing. Michelle Rojas, she'll sign that. Bryson Bagus, he'll sign that. Kristen McGuire, she'll sign that. Neil Kaplan, he'll sign that. So 6 of them that I have to sign in Indy. So I've got to take 4 of these and the Demon Slayer plaque, which I've shown off enough. I've shown it on every stream so far, so I'm not going to show it today. Do you like female anime women, fashion and art and series? I assume you mean like art books and stuff, like whenever they do like different designs and everything. And if so, well, yeah. I mean, hang on, let me find it. Is it this? No. Hang on, I'll find it. Don't leave me here. Oh, this reminds me. Let me show. I'll show this to you here in a minute. But let me get through something. Let me find what I'm trying to find real quick. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant like whenever they draw anime females in fancy clothing that they don't normally that they don't appear in the anime in. This was like the best book that I've ever bought. It's from the I Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. And this was a good buy. Like that's a good that is worth it. But anyway, remind me to talk about one other thing here in a minute. But yes, the anime clothing brands for women, I almost bought some high heels that were those Attack on Titan ones that were like the Mikasa ones. And it was really pretty. Had like gold chain that was hanging from it and everything. I was like, man, that's pretty. But I can't justify having heels in my collection. So I didn't end up buying them. But then they made some Licorice Recoil ones. And I was like, man, those look nice. But I still couldn't justify having heels in my collection. But yeah, I get what you're saying. They also make dresses and everything like that. They look great. I'm a male, so that kind of is not a possibility. I do have Chisato's dress over there, though. But it's from the anime, so I can justify that. Yeah, let's talk about this. Hang on. Okay. Where's it at? I just saw it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I have a bunch of these, and these are called photo books. And I mean, they're interesting. These are like high quality. Like this is not paper. This is hang on. It's like high quality prints. And like, do you think this is it creepy to make a video on these and like go over like what they are? Because like to me, they're interesting, but I can definitely see where someone would see this as creepy, especially in America. Like in Japan, this is fine, but in America, this like this is not fine. This is weird. But I don't see it as weird because they all do it. So, would you watch a video on these things? I think that I would watch a video on them, but that's just me. I don't know if they'd perform well or not. But let me know. If you ever watch, yeah, there's no nudity in this. Like I can flip through the pages and I'm not worried about that. None of them that I own have nudity in them. Hang on. There's another one here. I thought I had Siri dates in here. Hang on. I'm gonna find it now. Oh. No, she's over here. Hang on. I'll be right back. Oh gosh. So like this. Hang on. This is Sayuri dates. And like it's usually just her in dresses and stuff. But like this book is massive. And like I'm not worried about showing anything in here because it's I wouldn't even call it that, Ryan. Because like there is some that would be considered that. There's definitely some that would be considered that. But these are the Love Live girls, and they barely show any skin, to be honest. So you know, but yeah, I think I might make a video on that. If you ever watched any of the big three, I would start with Bleach since it's the shortest of them of the three, only having 400 episodes. Unlike Naruto with 720 episodes, and One Piece is 1100 episodes. Is it up to 1100 already? Good gosh, my gosh. Yeah, I feel like the first one of those that I'll get into of those like really long series is Dragon Ball, and then I'll probably get into One Piece. I don't know though. I kind of want to make Dragon Ball my 500th anime and then One Piece my 1000th. I don't know what I'll make my 750th. 250 was Demon Slayer, and I'm fine with that. But you know. People get the wrong idea if visitors see high heels in your collection. I feel like spoiler for something that I'll show next week. This figure is hang on. This figure is gonna have an unboxing next week. I feel like if someone came in and they saw this, I don't feel like heels is going to be the thing that makes them the most concerned. If I get enough concerning things, no one thing will concern them enough. So there you go. Like whenever I first got into it, this skateboard here, with Mikasa's like massive personality on her chest, people were like, "Isn't that a bit odd for Attack on Titan?" And then I got the Demon Slayer stickers here with Mitsuri's big personality, and now nobody mentions Mikasa. So there you go. Oh, and then this skateboard. Hang on. This skateboard has gotten many compliments. The Nekopara skateboard. I've still got to hang them up. That was the one thing that I never did whenever I made the anime moving thing, and I just never did it. But I want that figure now. I have opinions on that figure. That'll be out next week. Because I had to edit that, and it's a lot of censoring. Just saying. I think they would be weirded out. So, I collect Star Wars, and I do have a Rey outfit, full outfit. I do have the boots from that, which is women's boots, and no one's ever been concerned about that. So maybe they're like, he's too far gone, or maybe they're like, I don't know. This is something that I've always discussed with people. I feel like, I don't know. Like, okay, this is a whole nother conversation here, but if you are comfortable enough with your current sexuality, not a lot of people are weirded out by you. And that's not saying that you aren't. I'm just saying this is my opinion, and my kind of point of view. I don't like I like a lot of like Like women's fashion and everything interests me. I think it's interesting, but I'm not going to dress in it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to like go out and dress in women's fashion. I just think it's really pretty. And I think I don't know. It works for me. It's our collections. We get what we want. Oh, you took your message away. It was a good message though, unless you misspelled something. But yeah, I agree. If it whatever you collect it. I mean, nobody should make a opinion on what you collect and what you don't. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's your collection. Would most people collect a giant Nezuko? No, but I don't care. I think it's fun. But yeah. By the way, I do need to finish painting the houses for the Attack on Titan thing. Probably won't do that next week. We might do that the following week. If I'm here. If I'm here. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? There are hot villains in Demon Slayer and hey, there's a Daki from Demon Slayer. That's a hot villain right there. Off topic, but you said there were hot villains in One Piece, so there you go. There's my opinion. Daki. It's our collection. We get what we want. If they don't like, who cares? They're not paying for it. Exactly. If I want to spend, like the Chisato uniform was like $300. Most people aren't going to spend $300 for an outfit they don't wear, which you don't even fit me. Like it's a small Japanese small. I wear an American medium. There's no way I'd fit in that thing. No way. But it is what it is. But yeah, I really do wish I could get Streamlabs to work because there was some like images that like here. This whole area here would be great. You can dress up as a plushie. I've already planned that. I have the foam over there, but I have to finish doing it. But I'm planning on that. I'm going to work on that because I'd like to get that done for Anime NYC, but it's looking less and less likely that I will be done with that by Anime NYC. And also, I think I'm going to shift from Miku because Miku seems very, very, very hard because I have been trying to figure out how I would do the Twin Tails, and I have no idea because it's a lot of sewing, and I don't know how. Women's fashion is cool. I like it. They're great and beautiful. I have no shame, and you shouldn't either. Exactly. No, don't have any shame in it because basically, like, there's a lot of like pretty stuff. And I think that's why I'm more like, a lot of people think it's all like, I get into a lot of like more anime with more females in it because I'm just like Gunner type attitude, but really it's not. I make that appearance in Twitter because it does good likes, but it definitely is also like I enjoy the personality of all these girls and everything. I don't know. It makes more sense to me. It can be a different long-haired Miku. I feel like it's got to be that Miku. Like if I make a plushie Miku, it's got to be that Miku right there. Which is, I'm noticing that this is all blurred back here, which makes sense, but still, it's got to be this Miku. This Miku, it's got to be it. Like a secondary version would be any of these other ones, but it's got to be, the first one's definitely got to be one of these two. I'm not going to do Nezuko. I don't really want to do Nezuko. I thought about Frieren. Feel like she'd be hard, but what was your first anime figure? Oh gosh. Hang on. So technically it was a place further in the universe, it was the Nindroid from that. But after that, it was, hang on, I have pictures here. I'm trying to figure out what was the next thing. Oh, okay. It was this. Hang on. I'll go get it. I'll go get it. This figure is dusty. It needs to be dusted very badly. But this was my first anime figure that was not an Nendroid. It is the My Wedding Dress, and I am very happy with this. People thought this was very weird whenever I bought it because it was a wedding dress, and I just really like this figure. I thought it was very pretty, and so I bought it, and I'm very happy with this. This is one of my favorite figures still. I think it's very nice. I don't know, it's got to go over here. I don't want to sit in on the edge. Did you ever have a moment in your life where you wanted to throw a figure you hate or hate that character? So the Your knockoff figure, definitely that one. Because I just think it's just so bad. I don't know. I've never really hated an anime figure. Usually I try to look them up before I get them. Yeah, that Yor is so bad. I hate that Yor. It's just so bad. I almost hate having it on my collection, but it is what it is. For me, I've sold my first anime figure. It's Lucy Hartfella from Fairy Tail. She did not look great. So I bought 3 Nendroids first. I bought the 2 from A Place for the Universe, and then I bought Azza from K-On! Because that was still when you could get the K-On! Nendroids pretty easily. Now they're a little bit harder to find. And so I bought Azza. Then I bought, quickly after that, I bought the rest of them. And then I got the original My Nendroid. And it was very bad. Let me get that Yor. So here's this thing. This thing is just bad because, for one, like, I can't do close-ups of this. So this is a cast-off figure. You can see because I tried to cast off some of it, and then the back of the bikini broke. But here you can't see it because I can't zoom in. So here, whenever you try to take this off, because of how hard it is, it just scraped all of the legs. All of the legs are black now. They are scraped up so bad because it just looks so bad. The face does not look like Yor at all. It doesn't, and I don't like it. Not only that, but she's holding a chocolate bar and a shovel. I don't know. I don't like it. This is very bad. And also, so like this base. Have you ever gone to like the Empire State Building or the World Trade Center or any of those big buildings, and they have like those snow globes with like the little fuzzy things on the bottom, to like it's like the knockoff generic knickknack things. This is the quality of this. This is so bad. This just feels so cheap. Diamond Studio, by the way, which, by the way, a company reached out to me, and you probably can find it on my Twitter. But oops, I almost flashed you. But a company reached out to me, and they wanted to do a collaboration with, not Yor, but they wanted to do a collaboration with a Yamada figure, which I shared. I retweeted it, and they were like, "Hey, if you can share this figure and retweet it a few times, and we will send you a figure, and you can review it on your YouTube channel." and we won't charge you anything for it. And I was like, all right, it's a free video. I'm fine with that. I don't really care if I retweet stuff. So sure, fair game. So I did that, and I retweeted it, and they were like, okay, when we want you to retweet it again, we'll hit you back up and we'll do it. So I'm like, okay. And none of this is like, I didn't sign anything or anything, so I don't care to tell you any of this. So I went ahead and I was like, I was waiting for them, and then they finally reached back out to me, and they were like, hey, we got this new post about it. Can you share this? And so I shared it, and then I was like, all right, cool. So I shared it twice, and then they got back with me and they were like, hey, pre-orders are going up. If you, we're going to give you a link, and we want you to share this link. And if you get 50 people to pre-order using your link, then we'll give you the free figure. And I'm like, you didn't say any of this. Which I know I didn't sign anything. So they're not, I wasn't holding them to it, but they were like, you have to now get 50 people to pre-order this figure. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And I'm not, because one of the posts that I retweeted got age restricted. And I was like, I'm not going to get 50 people to buy something and get my page age restricted on Twitter just for a free figure that does not really look that good. And it looks like Yor, to be honest. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And so I was like, nope, not going to do that. Originally, you said that it was free, and all I had to do was retweet stuff and make the video about it. Now you're saying that I have to do this. And I was like, it's just not worth it to me. And then they got back with me after I had told them all this. And I said, either I'll do the free thing, I'll do retweets, that's all fine, but I am not interested in doing any of this promotional stuff. Then they got back to me about 3-4 weeks later. It's been like 2 weeks since this event that I must tell you. But then they got back with me, and I have since, between that first event and this event that I'm about to tell you, I had unfollowed them because I was not interested in seeing their stuff. But I unfollowed them, and then they got back with me, and they were like, hey, by the way, we have this other figure that we're about to put up for pre-order. Would you mind retweeting that? And I'm like, no, because we had a collaboration we were discussing. I retweeted it because I was giving like goodwill to say, yeah, I'm interested in this collaboration. But if you're not interested in a collaboration, you can get in line with all the other people that want me to retweet their stuff. I'm, you know, pay me, because other companies will pay me to retweet stuff or post stuff, and I'm not, I, you know, I can get OnlyFans girls to pay me to retweet their stuff. I'm not going to just do it for free just because I think your average figure is okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But anyway, um, my first ever Android was the Bunny Girl Mai, and I'm happy she was my first Android. Was it the Bunny Girl or was it the Class Mai? Because I have both, and I think they're both great. But is it crazy to get an anime tattoo? No, not at all. I think they're great. Not for me, but they're great. Uh, OnlyFans crazy. Yeah, I've gotten reached out to by, uh, yeah, the Bunny Girl Mai looks great. I'm very happy with that one. I'm very glad they made that one. Yeah, I had a company reach out, and they wanted me to sell adult toys. I said no to that. Because they wanted me to do commission and everything. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't like to work for a commission. Then I've never had an OnlyFans girl actually reach out to me. Probably I would do that because I think it would be very funny. Not because I care about making money or anything. I'd probably do it for pretty cheap. I'd just do it for the laughs. And I would be like, real girl versus anime girl. And then I'd just put their OnlyFans in the replies. But it'd be funny to me. I've done that before with cosplayers, but I'm not advertising them. I'm just like, hey, I'll just reach out to them and I'll be like, Oh, yeah. OF. I found out that, which by the way, monetization on these live streams makes nothing. I made like 15 cents from the last live stream. So, whoops. But if I lose the 15 cents, I lose the 15 cents. So, whoops. But anyway, I reached out to a few cosplayers, and I was like, "Hey, I like your stuff. Can I steal one of your pics and do safe for work stuff? Can I like say they dress up as like I don't know free run?" And I was like, "Can I put your picture next to like the cartoon free run and put anime girl versus real life girl?" And they'll be like, "Sure, I don't care." And those actually do really well. So anyway, uh, top 3 waifus. Mm. Give me Chizuru. I'm not gonna do Ruka. Give me Chizuru. Give me give me Marin. Give me Chisato from Licorice Recoil. I think those 3. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid saying it because I definitely don't want to get hit with that. That's why I've had to edit that video with the cast off figure. That's why I'm editing it a bunch because I definitely don't want that to hurt me in any way. My top 3 girls are Fern, Roxy, and Yor. Yor would be up there. Fern would be up there. I don't think Roxy would be up there. I'm an Aisha fan, little sister fan. But Fern is great. Ubel, I'd probably put above her. I have an Ubel poster up there, but Fern is great. Fern is great. That whole cast is great. I ended up getting a tattoo of Chizuru in a swimsuit with the arm covered and tats on my leg. It's because that's sweet. That is awesome. That is really cool. I feel like that would be something really neat to have, but I don't have the courage to do that because I like to swap things out. Like I like to swap things out quite often. And so and I also collect to an extent. So I feel like if I ever got one, I'd get a bunch. And I don't like that because I don't know. It's just not for me. But I think they're really cool. I love watching, seeing people do them. I love watching people post them and everything. It's really cool. But just not for me. Top 5 Love Live girls. Kanan, obviously, from Love Live Superstar. Honoka. Rin. Margarete. No, not Margarete. Kiniko. Chisato. If I got to pick one from each group, Honoka, Ruby, Kasaman, Kanan, Hasana Sora, Rika, the blonde one, and then from the new group, the other blonde one. My wife, who's my son, Marin, Komi, I, and Shinobu. Or is that Shinobu? Yeah, Shinobu. Yeah, Marin's great. Komi's great. Eyes great. And Shinobu's great. I don't know if I'd have Shinobu or Mitsuri top. Probably Mitsuri, but Shinobu's great. Shinobu's great. I'd probably above both of them is Daki. Daki is bae. But that's just me. That's my opinion. Who we can I do the thing? Can I do a engage with your audience? Start a poll. Okay. Best Best Demon Slayer waifu. All right, here we go. We got Mitsuri, Shinobu, Daki. What's another one? Hang on. Oh, Nezuko. We'll do this then. Okay, there we go. I know that there's only like 13 of you, but we'll leave it up here and we'll see what people vote on. One of my favorites is Yui from I don't know how to pronounce that, but My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Yes, but Komachi, the little sister from that. Here's the thing. All right, here's the way I determine a waifu. Number one, is she the main character? If so, there's like a 50% chance that's already my best girl. Don't know why, but that's usually what happens. Number two, is there a little sister? If so, there's like a 95% chance that's my favorite girl. It just happens. And then what has slowly reached up the thing is there a kind of like, we'll talk about this next week because we're going to rate all the waifus this season. But there's a new type one that is rising in my ranking. Is there a girl who is giving off like mommy vibes? And sometimes that one is what happens. Not mommy characters. We don't want moms. We want like the orange-haired girl from the family anime, for the Rent-A-Girlfriend anime. That girl. She is like top tier. What if the whole harem is stepsisters? Well, it depends. Is it stepsisters, but then also there's a real little sister? If that's the case, it's the little sister. But even if she's not a part of the harem, even if she's just completely off to the side, she's still best girl. So, how's our poll going? Ooh, Shinobu's leading so far. I thought Nezuko would have got one. I thought Nezuko would have got a vote. It's okay, Nezuko. You're in my heart. The girl from Punuru. Yeah. Not her. My favorite girl from Punuru is the one that built or not built, but the side girl, the rich girl. She's my favorite. The one the main character has a crush on. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. The one that wants to be a mommy. Yeah, no, that is like Dommy mommy vibes, and no, that is scary. That is no. But then again, would I accept it? Probably, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I prefer the blue-haired girl from that other anime from the Rag Creator. Yeah, that whole anime's got great characters, which I haven't learned any of the names yet. It takes me like a month to. It takes me like a couple months to figure out all the characters' names. I've only learned a few of the. I've learned most of the characters from like Frieren, and like I'm learning right now. I'm finally starting to figure out all of the characters' names from Too Many Losing Heroines. So give me another 6 months. I'll figure out all the characters' names from that anime. My favorite's the orange-haired girl from that series. She is peak. I would pull up a picture, but I couldn't get Streamlabs to work. I even paid for it, and it wouldn't let me. I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I am excited for Punaro Season 2, though. Punaro Season 2, I think it's going to be really good because I really enjoyed Season 1. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. Let's see here. How else? What else can we do here? I have not start answer viewer questions live. What the heck does that mean? Oh. Pin message. Oh, I can add people as a moderator. You paid for Streamlabs? Oh, it's free. Yeah, I paid for it to get the templates and everything. It was only $7. Was it $7? I don't remember how much it was a month, but it wasn't that much. It was not. I didn't pay for the yearly thing. I paid for just like the cheaper free trial. It wasn't a free trial, but I paid for like the cheaper trial thing, and I just wanted to see what it was about. And I still couldn't get it to work. But we'll find out. Let me pull it up here. So I got it's overlays. That's what I paid for. Yeah. And it was no good. But yeah, I don't recommend it. I did not enjoy my time with Streamlabs there. Yeah, I'll probably just do OBS because that's what someone else told me. So I'll probably investigate that before next week. Older sisters or little sisters in anime? Little sisters. Because older sisters boss you around. Little sisters are cute and adorable. That's not really the case in real life with either one, really. But that's the case in anime, and that's why. But yeah, so I don't want to derail the stream, but here's a question. Have you ever run a Slice of Anime Facebook page? And if so, did you have any issues with them and the content? So I do not run a Slice of Anime Facebook page, but I did try to make one, and I actually just kind of gave up because I just didn't really enjoy it. Same thing with TikTok, same thing with Instagram. Just didn't think that was for me. However, I did used to be a part of a Star Wars Facebook page, and it was a mess trying to do moderation on that thing. It was not worth it to me. It was just we kept running into issues with it, and it was not worth it to me. I ended up stepping down because I didn't want to be involved with it anymore. But it was just a big problem. I'm not a fan of Facebook in any way. I don't actually use Facebook for the most part because it's just a mess. But I mean, some people have a lot of luck with Facebook. That's where they get really big, but not for me. And girl with glasses. I assume you mean with the, like I said, I'm bad with the names. I assume you mean the blue-haired girl. I've been dealing with some extremely frustrating stuff with Facebook, and I got permabanned because of the page I ran and certain fictional content I was penalized for. You cannot get a hold of any real person in that company. Same thing with Twitter. You can't get a hold of anybody. And if you try to, like with the shadow bans or anything, if you try to if you try to reach out to them, they'll be like, "Oh, that's that's something that we don't have any control over that." It's so stupid. At least with YouTube, and I know it's there is like if you're new on YouTube, you don't have access to it. But when you get to the monetization point, at least then I can reach out to somebody and be like, "Hey, I've been having this problem with my, whatever," and they can usually give me advice or whatever for it. I appreciate that with YouTube at least. So, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Facebook sucks and Twitter sucks. Twitter was broken for half the day, and I finally got it to work a little bit. But I haven't scheduled a post for 2 days. I posted a few things, but not much. Let me see here. Let me see if Twitter is up and going now. I don't think it is. You should try MySpace. I heard it's great. They are just now discovering Attack on Titan. they're really big into Lucky Star right now. Any day now, they're gonna realize that they have made K-On! And they're gonna go crazy over that. Is MySpace still a thing? I don't even know if that's still a thing. I would assume it is, but or LiveJournal. I don't even know what LiveJournal is. But I would assume it's something. Is LiveJournal before my time? I thought I was older, but I mean, I never had a MySpace. My mom and my cousin had a MySpace. The problem is, though, I was apparently the page that has the offending content, but they banned my personal account of 15 years. Okay, so since it happened, I don't know what to tell you. I have no clue how to reverse that. What I did whenever I ran the Facebook page group in the Star Wars one, we all made alternate accounts, and we used that because we were afraid of that. And because the problem we had was we had a really bad moderation issue, and a lot of our replies would get out of hand. And we were worried that we would get the page banned because of the moderation issue. And so eventually I stepped away because I was worried about that. But what we did was we made fake accounts to moderate them. So we would get on our fake account, go into the page, and then we could moderate it. But yeah, since it's already happened, I have no idea, man. That sucks. Are you gonna get glass display cases? I don't know. There's a few figures that I think would actually look good in a glass display case, but I don't love glass display cases. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I like to be able to like reach over, grab check her out. I'm not just covering anything. This is not bad, but I just like to be able to do that. And with a glass case, I mean, I know you can just open it, but I don't know. Yeah, Ryan, I don't really know what to tell you, man. I have not been on Facebook since like 2020, and I don't miss it because it sucks. I do recommend just, I know it sucks, but I've got to dust this thing so bad. I did not realize she was so dusty. She's not terrible. I've dusted her, like not recently, but I've dusted her within the last 6 months. It's just she's built up more dust. You can't see it from far away because of the golden dress. But anyway, yeah, I haven't used Facebook in like 5 years, and I don't regret it because it sucks. It sucks. I mainly use Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is my main go-to, even though I think it's awful. But I think my first anime figure was Chisato from Love Live Superstar. Which one? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 of them. There's 2 7th scale ones. Then there's 4 prize figures. I wish they'd make her and Sumier and Rin in Nendoroids, because we've got Cuckoo and Kanan. But we'll have to wait and see. I know Smile Fest is coming up, so maybe we'll get some announcements there. We also got, the one thing I'm hoping for with Smile Fest, which I'm going to make a wish list video, but the one thing that I'm hoping for more than anything else is that we get the next one in this series, which I still haven't opened this. I've had this for 2 weeks and I haven't opened it yet. But I hope we get the next one in this series because we've got over there, over here, we've got the Armored Titan, the Attack Titan, the Beast Titan, and then the Colossal Titan. Now we got the Female Titan. I really want the Warhammer Titan, and I really want the Jaw Titan and the Cart Titan. I think the Cart Titan should be next. I think Cart Titan, Warhammer Titan. Then we get a Bounding Titan and Jaw Titan. Do you have a visual novel you tried and ended up hating it? I have never played a visual novel. Sorry. Well, does Doki Doki Literature Club count? I don't think that counts. But if that counts, then I played that and I beat that. I don't know if you consider it beating that, but I finished that. Oh yeah, that Chisato. She's great. I love that one. That whole line was really good. Will you ever get extremely lewd figures someday? So technically I've got 2 of them. I mean, technically the Yor is too, but she's not even worth looking at. Technically I have 2 of them. This one, come on. So this one technically is, but it's not really that lewd. And then this one, which we'll look at next week, she's kind of lewd. Not super lewd, but hang on. What do I got in here? This is my Duck Duck Mug Mug. So let's see here. We got Cassian's hair. And we've got I've got a Canadian dollar. I've got another Canadian dollar. Let's put them in there. Nope, that didn't help. That made it worse. Okay. So yeah, video on her. Technically, she's an 18 plus figure. But anyway, are you going to start collecting more 18 plus figures moving forward? No, not really. The reason I got that one is because so many people kept telling me buy a binding figure. I kept getting freeing figures, and people kept saying binding is better than freeing. Binding is better than freeing. And so I finally was like, okay, fine, whatever. You keep saying binding is better than freeing. I'm going to check, and I'm going to see if this is true myself. And so I bought this one. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to see, is binding better than freeing? And to be honest, spoiler for next week's video, no, I don't think it is. And I mean, I don't think it's bad by any means, but I'm not exactly impressed by it to the point I'm like, yes, this is great. I want to buy more of these because they're almost, some of them I think it's the same company too. A lot of the things that they do make me think they're the same thing. Show us your favorite pin you have. I don't have that many pins. I do have one. Where is it? I mean, I have fig pins. They're not, I mean, let me finish my thought, then I'll tell you, I'll show you my favorite pin. But binding, I'll go find the pin while I'm talking. So binding, I don't really think that it's worth the price over, where is that thing? I don't think it's worth the price. Oh, here's one. Yeah, here, we'll go with this one. So I don't think it's worth the price of what you pay for them. And so, yeah, I'll talk more about it in the video next week. This is my favorite pen. I like this guy. I don't know why I forgot where this thing was. Of course, it's in the Miku area. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, so like one of the things I had a problem with is like see this here? See that little gap right there? This is where her underwear comes apart. And it looks bad. I think it looks bad. And I'm gonna be honest, like if you're gonna make a figure, one of the reasons why I got that over something else is because of this cloth thing. Like that's why I got it. Because if it wasn't cloth, I wouldn't have got it because I think the plastic ones look bad. So that's why I have never gotten a plastic one because that's what your was, and her top broke. And so yeah, I just like this. This is a good figure because technically it's 18 plus, but there's no cast off for it. It's just there is etchy stuff if you look, but if you just see it on the shelf, it doesn't look etchy. It looks respectable, and it does its job. I think it looks really nice. I'm very happy with this figure. Same thing with this guy. Even though there's nothing lewd about her, like I can show you this figure all day long. There's nothing. Oh look, she's got a ladybug on her. How about that? It's dead. I just dusted you whenever I put the binding figure up there. How the heck did you get here? But anyway, so there's nothing, lewd about this figure at all. But this is a really nice figure because for one, like they molded the sweat on her armpit there. Didn't have to do it, but you did it. And I think that looks really nice. It's a really nice looking figure. And there's no cast off to it. And I like this a lot better than I do the cast off figure. Because the cast off figure looks bad because you have to include the cast off stuff. This looks pretty good, even though you don't have the cast off stuff on it. I like this figure. I think it looks nice. Any of the body pillows? Yeah, I got some of the Rent-A-Girlfriend ones. They're not in pillows right now. They're just in a box. Is it up there still? No, I put it up. No, I don't have any out right now. They're in a box in the closet. Is it wrong to collect 18 plus lewd figures? No. I mean, collect what you want. What's my favorite Love Live figure? I'll show you here in a minute, but it's not wrong to collect them. Collect what you want. Here's the thing, and it is a personal opinion. This is why I don't collect a lot of 18 plus figures. I think you definitely like a collection. Definitely display worthiness matters. This is why, like, whenever I used to collect a lot of Lego, which I still do, but I don't collect as many as I used to, I was more happy whenever I got a cool ship that couldn't be taken apart, didn't have a lot of interior or anything. And I was more happy whenever I got a ship like that than I was whenever I got a playset that had a bunch of cool features on it, but on a shelf it didn't look as good. So, like, this figure on a shelf looks really nice. Is there as many play features with it? No. But is there more play features with this figure? Yeah. I mean, yeah, there is. There's definitely more play features with it. But it doesn't look as good on a shelf whenever it's in its full form than that one does. That's just my opinion with it. So anyway, How many play features does your favorite anime figure have? I put these back. Also, I'm running out of space for those figures because all my little etchy original characters are up here. So, yeah. Is it wrong to pick up 18 plus lewd figures in the dungeon? Yes, most definitely. Let me get my favorite Love Live figure. Speaking of lewd figures, well, no, I'm not going to pick the lewd one. That's a tough one. Okay, I'll pick two of them. Okay, so it's between these two. So this one is probably what I'm going to pick. So if I had to pick a favorite Love Live figure, it'd be Ellie here. I think this figure looks so pretty. Everything about this figure looks so nice. The little gold like trim here looks so pretty. The gloves have like little glitter on them here. Like this figure just looks so nice. The big long cape, or it's not a cape, but it's like ribbon and everything here. It just looks so nice. Like the face looks adorable. The hair looks great. Her little hat, the mic, like it just looks so nice. This is probably my favorite. On the complete opposite spectrum of a figure that is great, but for entirely different reasons, is Conan here, because this is like screen accurate. This is something she does in the anime, and it looks really nice. Like the face looks really good. Like ignoring this down, like ignore the outfit for a second. The face looks really nice. You know, not all Love Live figures do really good, but this looks nice. The hair, like waving, looks really nice. The way that the outfit like stretches and everything whenever she's like opening it up looks really nice. The bikini itself looks really nice, and then the rest of the outfit here looks really nice. Completely different reasons for Ellie, but it looks nice. My stomach is growling. I don't know if that's coming across on mic. So is this room like a renovated attic? Technically, no. So, man, my stomach's growling. Can you guys hear that? So I don't know if that's coming across on mic or not, but gosh. Anyway, uh so this is the upstairs of the house, obviously, because that's the pitch of the house. Below me is the downstairs. Oh gosh, my girls band cry poster just fell. But so that part of the house from this wall here where the computer is, that way is it's got an attic above it. This part of the house does not have an attic above it. So it's from the first floor here all the way to the roof. So it's taller here, so I could put that in here. That. So yeah, it's an odd. I built the place so I could kind of do what I wanted in here. Yeah, it's an odd shaped house. No one that was planning to sell this house would build it the way that I built it, because it's very there's one bedroom technically, because the second bedroom does not have a window in it. That was the old anime room. This is, man, my stomach. But this part of the house has no windows in it, so it can't be a bedroom either. And it's got that in here. So this is one big open room. The guy that came and inspected this house, he looked at it and he was like, never seen a house like this before. And he said, I can tell you don't have a wife or kids. And I said, yep, it's just me. And he said, well, that makes sense. So, but here's a take for me. I wish one of the favorite shoot 'em up games, Death Smiles, would get an anime adaptation by Good Studio. I would like for it to be done by either A1 or Silver Link. Huh. Death Smiles. I've never heard of that. I am very behind on on games though right now. Favorite Chizuru outfit from Rent a Girlfriend. Do you mean figure or do you mean outfit from the anime? Because if you mean outfit from the anime, probably the original outfit, the pink one. I really like the pink one. Now if you mean figure, it's the it's probably the lingerie one still. Maybe the one-piece swimsuit, but one of them two. But if you're talking anime, then it's the pink dress. No drink no more. We're almost at 2 hours anyway, so we probably won't go too much longer. Like I said, next week we will I will try to have Streamlabs going. We're gonna try to do the rent we're gonna there's been more votes on the poll. Shinobu and Mitsuri are tied. Daki is in last, and Nezuko is up to technically third. Who's your favorite the quintessential quintuplets girl? Because hot take, mine is Yotsuba. That I kind of agree with you. So I have two like rankings for the quintessential quintuplets. One of them is a waifu ranking. One of them is a best girl ranking. So if you're talking waifu, it's Ichika. If you're talking best girl, I'm feeling Itsuki. If best girl Yotsuba's in second, waifu Yotsuba's in third. Miku is in last in best girl, fourth in waifus. Itsuki is last in waifus because I think she's a great character. Don't think she's as good as a waifu. But all of the quints are great. The quints are great. Sugoi Deck. Oops, wrong anime. Yeah, I do plan to try to have that up and going by next week, and then we can do the waifu ranking or the rating, and I can pick it up here. I can be like, here's who we're talking about now. Here they are. I couldn't do that, but hopefully we'll try OBS because a few people now have told me that that's probably better and it's probably easier for me. So we're gonna try that. But for this week, we just did some fun stuff here, and that's about it. Some other ideas that I've been having. Obviously, we'll work on the Attack on Titan project again sometime. I also thought it'd be fun to look at all the Nindroids at some point, but I didn't really have time to do that. Whenever we do that, we're gonna need like 3 or 4 hours, which I didn't have time for tonight because I have to work in the morning. But we'll probably do some convention live streams at some point. To be honest, I don't care who ends up with the MC on the quintessential quintuplets. They're all hotties at the end of the day. Exactly. Can't look. Bro's either gonna end up with Here's the whole grand scheme of the quintessential quintuplets. In any outcome, Bro ends up with 4 hot sister-in-laws. And there you go. So there you go. Nindroid tier list, or Nindroid ranking or reviewing. I don't know. I looked at them. I've got 240 Nindroids. So there's a lot. So we're gonna have to go through them all. We'll kind of review them and talk about them for a little bit and then move on. There's another thing. We'll do the Attack on Titan thing. I'd like to do when we did the manga thing, not the manga, when we did the Blu-ray thing. I'd like to do one for the manga to where I go through and I'm like, here's all the manga that I got, and we'll talk about that. Ruka is best girl. My guy, fight me. So I love Ruka. Love Ruka. But I think Chizuru's a little hotter. I think Ruka's kind of, I don't think Ruka's a worse girl, even in like character wise. But I think Chizuru's kind of a better character developed. And I think she's a bit nicer. Yeah, this is my opinion. But Ruka's a very close second. Big gap to Mommy. Big gap to Sumi. Ever sold any figures, and where do you do so? Never sold any anime figures. I've sold some Star Wars figures. I just do it at local stores. Not because I'm going to get more money off that. If I wanted to get more money, I'd do it on eBay or Mercari or anything like that. But I just like doing local stores because I'm like, local stores are great because they know me so much that I can go there and like I've bought a lot of My Hero Academia pops from my local like toy comic store that's like a buy sell trade, and I can go there and I'm like, hey, here's a few My Hero Academia pops that I want to trade in this few Star Wars figures because I'm kind of getting out of Star Wars figures. I'm going into just Lego, and because I really like Star Wars Lego. I've never gotten rid of any Star Wars Lego, and I don't tend to. Star Wars figures, though, I don't really enjoy them as much anymore. So I've been kind of getting out of that, and I'm like, hey, you guys got some My Hero Academia figures or pops that I like. Here's 4 Star Wars figures. Can I get 6 My Hero Academia pops, and we trade? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? And it gives them material, and they do really well with Star Wars. They said they don't do well with anime, so works out for them. Chi-chan is the best girl than Sumi. I'm not a Sumi fan, though. I get it, but I'm not a Sumi fan. Mommy best girl for me. Oh, Yaemori. Chizuru, Ruka, Yaemori, Mommy, Sumi. That's my ranking. Like, Yaemori's really close to Chizuru, Ruka, side by side. Small gap to Yaemori. Then it's a big gap to Mommy and Sumi. That's my opinion. The shy girl is not very good in Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah. I just think she's kind of boring. Same thing with Miku and Quince. Mommy hardly ever gets screen time. Neither does Ruka or Sumi anymore. We got finally a Yaemori, like 2 panels in the last chapter, and that was it. But yeah. Maybe we'll get more eventually, but not anytime soon. When will we get to 200 minutes? How far are we away from that? Oh gosh, no. That'd be another hour and a half. No. Not a chance I'm doing that. What's the longest one I've done? Aha, we passed it. The longest one was 2 hours and 1 minute. We passed that. Good job. We're past it by 2 minutes. Okay. So that is, let's check our poll. Shinobu got 40%. Dang, I didn't think she'd get it. Is the longer the stream, the more money you get? No, the more people you have, which we've been around 10 all the time. We were up at like 16 at the beginning, but I knew the stream wouldn't do very well because I'm just sitting here. I don't have anything planned. My plan was to rate waifus. That's why the picture is just, what even is it? What is the picture for this stream? I forgot. Oh, it's the 100 girlfriends of Nano and Shizuku sitting in the box because I think they make a good couple. Yeah, I didn't have a stream ready. I was planning to do the waifu rating, had a whole design made up, and couldn't do it because I couldn't figure out how to pop the things up on the screen. So, yeah. Share screen. How the heck do I do that? I could have done that on here the whole time. Oh. Well, dang. I could have done it through YouTube. Well, dang. So yeah. But next week, for sure, either on YouTube, well, it'll be on YouTube, but either through YouTube or through OBS or Streamlabs, something or the other, I will have a waifu pop up here. We will discuss her and we will rank her, and then we will move on to the next one, and we will go through the whole season, and then we'll move on. So anyway, stay tuned for that. That'll be next Thursday. And I hope you enjoy these Thursday streams. I enjoy them. I think they're quite fun. So anyway, any other thoughts, hot takes, or anything like that before I let you guys go for the day? Do you think Rent a Girlfriend is labeled as a harem? It seems to be a regular romance anime. Never really understood why anybody ranks it right or calls it a harem. It's not a harem. There's nothing harem about Rent a Girlfriend. Because I mean, it's been obvious since chapter 1 that Chizuru is going to win in the end. There's no universe to where Yaemori wins or Ruka wins or Mommy wins. Sumi was never even an option, really. So yeah, it shouldn't be a harem, to be honest. I think there's a lot of anime like that people call harem, and they're not a harem. Like Bunny Girl Senpai. Some people call that a harem. It's not a harem. Never was a harem. What's another one? There's a bunch. But anyway, yeah. But any other thoughts before I let you guys go for the night? Or for the week? We'll have a video out on Saturday of the Takina Free unboxing. That one should go up on Saturday. We'll also have a channel update going up on Sunday because we're going to change the way we schedule stuff. So that would go up on Sunday. Then we'll have a news video on Monday and should be collection video on Wednesday of some sort, and then stream next Thursday. So anyway, yeah. Reverse harem. So I think reverse harem's pretty good. I think they're pretty cool. However, I wish we would get more reverse harems that are not shoujo anime. I wish we'd get reverse harems that are just shonen, but it's a bunch of dudes just fighting over it. I think if you did a shonen series, but it's a reverse harem, I think it'd do it pretty good, which is something not a lot of people. I know, and I'm sure there's one. I'm sure that there's an anime out there that's a reverse harem, that's a shonen anime. But I think there's a lot of shoujo anime that are reverse harem. I think if you did a shonen series that is reverse harem, not shonen as in like Dragon Ball or anything like that. I'm meaning shonen as in like Rent a Girlfriend technically is a shonen, so you get what I mean. Do you watch F1? Yes, I do. Hopefully Max Verstappen does well. I'm a Red Bull fan, which I enjoy Max just because I think he's really good. But I was a Red Bull fan, and from there I got into Max Verstappen, and I really root for Max Verstappen now. That second Red Bull card is nothing, so it's not even relevant to me. Yuki's great, but it's completely irrelevant. Like, there's no way that second Red Bull car is going to do anything. McLaren's got the Constructor Championship locked away. But I think what's going to happen is McLaren's going to spend too much time fighting each other throughout the first part of the season, and then either Red Bull or Mercedes is going to figure out something, and then one of those two is going to end up catching Oscar and Lando, and I don't see McLaren winning the drivers' championship, but they're definitely going to win the constructors. But anyway, that's my short opinion on the Formula One. Monaco's going to suck because we watch qualifying and you know who's going to win. Who's your favorite character in that 70s show? Never watched it. Is that the one that Mila Kunis is in? Mila Kunis. That's not correct. Is that correct? Or is that her husband that's in that? '70s show. No. Well, yeah, she was. Yeah. So Mila Kunis. But anyway, I'm going to call it there. I need to do a few things before I head to bed. So we will call it there. I will see you guys on Saturday for a video, and then I'll see you guys for another. I almost poked my eye out with that. I will see you guys for another stream on next Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for coming out. This is the longest stream we've ever done. And I hope you enjoyed this new format, being on the computer and everything. Hope it was a little bit better quality for you and everything. But anyway, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys Saturday and then next Thursday. So until then, thank you so much. And hey, I don't have to fight with trying to figure out where the end stream button is because it's right here. Oh, I still got to hit a button.